안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 스마트 커리어 센터의 조시라고 합니다. 제가 오늘 나와 있는 이곳은 부에노스디아스 콘 카페, 호주에 위치한 카페입니다. 제가 오늘 이곳에 나온 이유는 여러분들에게 호주에 있는 카페를 보여드리고, 그리고 바리스타라는 직업에 대한 많은 학생들이 관심이 있으시잖아요. 바리스타에 대한 직업에 대한 전망과 설명, 마지막으로 호주에서는 어떤 커피들이 있고 그리고 커피들을 어떻게 만드는지 보여드리는 그런 시간을 갖도록 하겠습니다. 네, 그럼 가보도록 할까요?
My name is Neskin Escalante. I'm the owner of Buenos Dias Con Cafe here in Stones Corner, Brisbane, Australia. So I'm from El Salvador in Central America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, came into the country when I was 2. I just wanted to give a little bit of who I am, and
okay.
like I'm a very early morning person. Here in Australia, coffees are primarily drank in the mornings as well, so that's why good morning with coffee in Spanish seemed to fit the area.
Oh, okay.
It's a very sought after industry here. I think Australia's potentially leading the way in the style of coffee that we have.
That's really true, yeah.
Yeah, it's a unique way of showing an art form within an industry that's not only growing, but at the same time very sought after. So I guess being a barista is something that a lot of businesses really tend to look for in terms of employability.
Okay. All of them, you say?
No, I always like my espressos, the long blacks.
Oh, okay, long
yeah,
black.
I like
okay.
to keep it simple.
Oh my god, I should have gotten long black instead of this.
Milk, cuts the coffee and produces
really
a different
true.
taste. So as an iced coffee or even a hot coffee, it's just whatever you enjoy, and that's the beauty of coffee.
Oh, okay.
It's really about what you enjoy. This particular shop I open personally at 5 a.m. The
5 a.m.
official time is 6 a.m. but I'm always here early, so by 5 o'clock the doors are open, ready to go.
Oh, okay. So your regular customer would know you open at 5 and they come before 6, yeah?
See, people like to go into a shop when it's open and ready. As a business owner, that's exactly what I bring to the community. Everyone's different though. Some shops open at exactly the time that they're meant to open, but it's normally between 5 and 6 a.m.
5.
So every single area has a different peak hour. For myself, for example, is when the business people arrive. So anywhere between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. But Australians tend to want to drink coffee in the afternoon too. Never through to the evening, so I wouldn't say never, but a lot of Australians tend to cut their coffee off around midday. But definitely between 8 and 10 a.m. The peak coffee drinkers. So they either just get to work in this area or just about to go to work. Yeah, so this has really taken the industry, I guess, over, is different varieties of milk. So you've got your soy, your almond, oat milk. They're the ones that we use here, along with lactose-free. So you've got full cream and skim as your main two options that you buy a coffee with. And from there, the list goes on. So.
Okay.
Not myself, no.
Not yourself, okay.
Myself personally, I work for a few different coffee companies or startups. Also used to own a coffee van, so.
Oh, brilliant, okay. So you sort of like travel around and...
that's what got me into coffee. So I was 28 years old when I first started making coffee. No one would teach me, so I learned through a roastery, and then I pursued that on my own. So. Okay.
And why did you choose to become a barista when you're at the age of 28?
It's when you walk into a coffee shop, I always admired the people that work behind the counter, even serving the food. It was just something that I really enjoyed, and
that's really true,
it's very hard to venture into that. For Australians, it's more of a stepping stone into the different careers. So it's where you start out in a career. It's never something that you sort of stay and pursue as a long-term employment. But I just always enjoyed it. And I think when I was 28, I finally gave it a go, and this is where I've ended up. So, yeah.
Obviously you enjoyed it. That's why you stayed.
Oh yes, definitely.
This far.
It's not the easiest thing to do every single day, but when you get to meet the people, get to meet the other business owners and things like that, you take a lot of joy in every single day. Every day is different.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you see the growth week after week as well.
So how long have you been in this industry for? Like, how long have you owned this?
I've owned this for only a
cafe.
year, so we've only just reached
okay.
1 year,
Okay.
about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
So that's this cafe in particular, but the industry itself for 5 years now.
4 to 5 years, okay.
Yeah.
And lastly, do you have any tips or information to become a barista or to get a job in cafe, like
Yeah,
for
definitely.
students? Yeah.
If you have an interest in getting into a cafe job, first of all, just make sure that you let them know. Always just look at what the other people are doing and displaying and try and mimic those skills. Baristing is all about repetition. So if you can learn the basics and do the same basics over and over again.
Okay, so consistency is really
that's right.
important. Okay.
Definitely. So if you can master just that basic aspect, later on you can start doing the more advanced things like latte art or different types of coffees and things like that. So.
Okay.
English skills is very important working as a barista. Yes, so the main reason why an English speaking person would be more suited is Australians tend to want to communicate with the barista. My business is quite unique, where the business owner comes and talks to us directly. Other businesses, the barista stays in the background. So it depends on which business, but for a majority of the people, they like to get to know their baristas, they like to say hello, they like to have a short conversation. You have about a 2 to 3 minute window with each person, and it's enough to create a connection, and that's the difference between Australians and I think going overseas is you have that opportunity to get to know your baristas. Yeah, the course teaches you the basics. For myself personally, I walk through doors and I say, look, I'm willing to start here. I'll do whatever you need me to do in the beginning, but this is where I want to end up. And eventually you'll find the right place. So even if you volunteer your time, like I did at a roastery, most coffee places here in Australia or even maybe overseas will be willing to teach you the basics. It just depends on what you want. It's not the highest earning starting position, but there are always rooms to grow, and I think the more skilled you are, the more sought after you will be. There's never an opportunity that a barista can travel as well overseas or even other parts of Australia, and you can get a job at any cafe. So
Yeah, that's really true. Yeah, travel around.
Have you made one before?
Just a couple times.
Yeah, okay, cool. Sweet. All right. So we do things a little bit differently here. So we actually weigh every single shot. So it depends on who teaches you, but weighing every single shot creates that consistency. So I'll get you to turn on the machine. So all you do is turn on.
Turn it on.
Here with that particular part.
Okay.
Yeah, and the grind will come out.
Okay, like that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So this is preset for the right amount. So it'll just come
preset.
out.
Okay.
So undoing it is twisting it to the left. Yeah. Tamp it here.
Temperature.
Now that that's clean, we actually purge this. So that means pressing the button in the middle there. That'll get all the grinds out. So press the button once and turn it off now.
Turn it off.
So that's purging the machine, gets rid of all the dirty grounds.
Okay.
Now this here fits perfectly over the top. So all you do is turn it upside down and then you can tap it a couple of times.
Wow, okay.
And that's just designed so that everything's in there.
Yeah, everything seems to be like preset already.
That's right.
Yeah.
So now we disperse it a little bit. So tap it very lightly.
Tap it like that. Like.
Put it on the bench here.
Okay.
So never on the spout, just on the edge.
On the edge.
Here. Yeah. Just a little bit further out.
Now
It sits level, and we use the tamp.
Tamp.
So the tamp should be a 45-degree angle, and you just slowly push down. So if you try and put it in the center and leave it there, you can actually level it afterwards. So see how it's hanging up a little bit? So if you just use your fingertips, yeah, there you go,
like that.
move it around, perfect. Now lift, and you can see there's no cracks, there's nothing else on the center there.
Yeah, no cracks there.
Yeah. So now it's locking it in. So it's left facing. Yeah, lift it all the way up until you feel it lick.
Oh, yeah, there you
twist
go.
it.
Twist it.
And then we press the middle button here. So once again, preset, all about consistency. So press that button there.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Without cups down
No.
here? Oh, okay.
So you've got a certain amount of time. So you count in your head.
Oh, okay.
So that gives you enough time to grab the cups.
Okay.
And that's the shot that you're looking for.
Wow, looking nice.
So everything, like I said to you, is about consistency. So the ground's set, the temperature's right, and the quantity of water that comes out has already been measured. We're looking at this to end between 23 and 25.
22
So-
from 22 to 25.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
So 25 seconds is a perfect coffee. That's your espresso shot that comes out. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
smell that, it'll be nice and strong.
Yeah, it's really strong. Wow.
You'll get some floral, you'll get some nice body to it. And that's called the crema, the thick layer on top. So that's what we actually use to make latte art. So with the milk, depending on the size cup, you can use the big jug or the little jug. The little jug is a lot harder to get the control of, so we actually recommend practicing on a medium jug.
Yeah, medium jug, okay.
So the first thing we do before we start this is actually purging this as well. So that just means turning it on. That'll get rid of all the excess water.
Yeah.
And we also clean the spout before we use it. So once that's done, you're ready to hold onto the jug.
Put it in there.
Spout in there.
Like that?
Yeah, that's right. So you actually hold it on the base.
I'll hold it on base.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have a look inside, the spout's just there. So you can turn it on. Don't be afraid of it. Yeah, there you go. Now you want to hold it so that it spins. So twisting the angle.
So it has to be spin.
Yeah. Now that it's hot, now you can turn it off. So what I did, I actually used the temperature on my hand. So you pour that down. We actually disperse that.
Disperse that, yeah.
Gets rid of all the milk, and then we clean this part.
Okay.
Now you can tap that a couple of times if you want. That'll get rid of the bubbles.
Okay.
So hold it like this, and then pour the coffee in the deepest part, so the part in the middle.
Part in the middle.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. So you're pouring it nice and slow. Lift it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So keep pouring. Try not to break the crema. Now when you start to get to the top, put it in the middle. And you just hold it there. So what you're trying to create is a bit of a dot. So hold it a little bit closer.
Close.
Yeah, very close. And pour it a bit faster now. There you go. So the idea is to pour it into the deepest part, so you're not breaking the crema. As you get a little bit towards the top, you bring it in nice and close. So you just hold it there. And what you want to do for your basic one is create a dot, and then you can lead into a heart.
Nice.
But if you create a dot first, that's your most basic way of doing the foam.
Okay.
So we've got two different types here, flat white and latte. They're very
latte.
similar. So a latte has a little bit more foam on top.
Okay, a little bit more.
Yeah. So in Australia, the most common coffee that people drink are the flat whites. And the reason is there's a good balance between the coffee flavour and the milk content. So it's not only filling, but at the same time tastes good. Sugar's a big thing here as well, so most people have their coffee with sugar. If you really enjoy your coffee, they tend to want to reduce the amount of milk. So piccolo is for anyone.
Piccolo, yeah.
Yeah, for anyone that really wants to taste their coffee but can't drink it as an espresso in a way. After that, you've got your cappuccino, so a little bit of sweetness, chocolate on top.
Chocolate on top, yeah.
And like I said to you, my most popular one or my most favourite one is the long black or espresso shot. So the long black allows you to enjoy the coffee for a bit longer than an espresso shot, but the espresso shot really brings in the flavour and everything. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for taking a look through, and hopefully you decide to become a barista or at least enter the industry at some point in your life. Thank you.
네, 오늘 이렇게 저희 부에노스 디아스 콘카페 네스킨과 함께 커피 만들어 보았고 호주 카페에 대해서 그리고 바리스타에 대해서 알아봤습니다. 저희 다음 시간에 또 만나도록 할게요. 안녕.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Adios. Yes.